People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC. People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you People's State Bank and Grant Regional Health Center coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Faust Electric, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Vitech Incorporated, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Claire Bank, Donnie's Tire and Auto, Fuller's Milker Center, Gary's Pest Control, Community First Bank, Guy's Truck and Tractor Service, Hernson's Ace Hardware, Krantz Auto Parts, the Peterson Agency, the Raleigh Cheese House, Mound City Bank, the Russell Law Office, the Shoebox, Sloan Implement, Timmerman's Talents, Tricor Insurance, and Wolf Construction.
Good afternoon and welcome to River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. It is time for a regional championship between two Six Rivers rivals as the River Ridge Timberwolves host the Highland Cardinals on X1071, X1071.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. This is Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball, presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis, and this is the Raleigh Cheese pregame show, presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. This is a rubber match between these two programs as they split the regular season series one game apiece. River Ridge won the first matchup at Highland on April 22nd, 3-2, and then the Cardinals came to River Ridge and knocked off the Wolves 1-0 back on May 12th. The path for both teams to the regional final here this evening includes a win for River Ridge last night, where the Wolves had to hang on late against North Crawford at 7-6 the final. In that one, River Ridge had a 7-3 lead heading into the top of the 7th. North Crawford scored 3 runs and had the tying run at first, but the Wolves able to hang on at the very end, and Ridge looking for their first ever regional championship in baseball program history. As for the Highland Cardinals, their path includes a 14-1 win against Wazeeka-Steuben in the regional quarterfinal round last Thursday. And then the Cardinals took down Ithaca on Monday, a game that was originally supposed to be played on Tuesday, but due to the weather, Ithaca and Highland decided to play a day ahead, and the Cardinals got the upset win, 4-2, the 6 seed upsetting the 3 seed, setting up this matchup with River Ridge here tonight. The winner of this game takes on number 8 seeded Basketball, the Cinderella, punching their way into the sectional round after Basketball upset the number one ranked team in the state, the Seneca Royals, back on Tuesday night, and Basketball got the win over DeSoto 4-2 last night in the regional championship. So the winner of this game takes on the winner of Basketball on Tuesday at Blair Taylor in the sectional round. We will follow the winner of this game to the sectional round on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. We'll sort that out at the conclusion of today's games. Also on Queen Bee Radio tonight, we have another baseball game. We have New Glarus at Fenimore. That's on ESPN Radio, AM 5090, WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And we have a pair of sectional final softball games going on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We have Belmont taking on Johnson Creek. That game also on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And on Super Hits 106, another sectional final in softball, Mineral Point taking on Waterloo, and we get updates on those games. We'll bring them to you on our Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Coming up next on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, we'll get you the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups, the Russell office's injury report, the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, and the first pitch between Highland and River Ridge. It's the Division IV regional final. Our Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 1.
From small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance. They'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care.
Hi, this is Steve Schmidt, owner of the Shoebox in downtown Black Earth. We have thousands of pairs of shoes in stock, no waiting. So stop in anytime, specializing in size, selection, and fit. We will save you money. P.S. We measure both feet. Stop into the Shoebox, the largest shoe store at the north end of Black Earth.
Turpin Dodge salutes Shelby Scholes, registered nurse on the surgical floor at Unity Point Finley Hospital in Dubuque. Turpin will honor Shelby with a donation to Hospice of Dubuque. Visit TurpinDodge.com to nominate an area nurse. Thank you, Shelby, from Turpin Dodge in Dubuque.
Pregame 1.
Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, getting ready for Highland and River Ridge in tonight's WIAA Division IV regional final. No players reported on the Russell office's injury report for either team. If you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Let's get you the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup for the Highland Cardinals. 13-12 on the season, 9-7 in the Six Rivers Conference. The head coach is Terry Kuhl, and he's assisted by Jake Terrell and Grant Hying. The batting order for the Highland Cardinals this evening goes like this. Leading off, the center fielder, number 14, Cooper Olson. Batting second, the shortstop, number 9, John Dreschmeyer. Batting third, the starting pitcher, number 3, Davis Dorota. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 6, Wes Krasinger. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 5, Bennett Smith. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 8, Jack Terrell. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 4, Coyer Zadrazil. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 21, Landis Newberry. And rounding out the lineup for the Highland Cardinals, the catcher, number 11, Caden Washa. Again, the order: Olson, Dreschmeyer, Dorota, Krasinger, Smith, Terrell, Zadrazil, Newberry, Washa. Those are the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for the Highland Cardinals. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back with the starting lineups for the River Ridge Timberwolves as the Raleigh Chiefs pregame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 2.
Speeding and reckless driving are leading causes of injuries and deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Whether you're an athlete or a spectator, control your drive on our streets, county roads, and highways to keep all travelers safe. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. This message from the Queen Bee Radio family of stations and the WIAA.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Pregame 2.
Back on the Raleigh Chiefs pregame show on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Highland and River Ridge in our Division 4 regional final. Winner takes on Boscobel in the sectional round coming up on Tuesday at Blair Taylor High School. We set up the starting lineup for Highland just a moment ago. Let's set up the starters for the River Ridge Timberwolves. 17-8 on the campaign, co-champions of the Six Rivers Conference with a 14-2 record. Tied for the conference title with the Belmont Braves, coached by Andrew Redmond, and he's assisted by Travis Copsey and Clay Koenig. The batting order for the River Ridge Timberwolves goes like this. Leading off, the shortstop, number 7, Carter Copsey. Batting second, the center fielder, number 21, Andrew Nice. Batting third, the pitcher, number 11, Cale Koenig. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 24, Blake Reynolds. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 10, Brandon Davis. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 12, Noah Copsey. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 2, Ty Adrian. Batting eighth, playing first base, number 32, Peyton Alvis. And rounding out the batting order for River Ridge, the designated hitter, number 27, Draven Morris. He is batting in place of the second baseman, number 4, Reese Drew. Again, the batting order for River Ridge: Carter Copsey, Nice, Koenig, Reynolds, Davis, Noah Copsey, Ty Adrian, Peyton Alvis, and Draven Morris. Those are the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups for the River Ridge Timberwolves. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Coming up, we'll get you the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game and the first pitch between River Ridge and Highland. This has been the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. First pitch coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 3.
Every day, regular people like you lose their hard-earned money to online phishing scams. Often, the scammer will disguise the email to look and sound like it's from your bank. Mound City Bank is here to help you spot shady texts, emails, and phone calls by knowing the things your bank would never ask. Avoid clicking on suspicious links and be skeptical of every email. If you feel your accounts have been compromised, stop in or call us at 608-348-2685. Stay alert and protect yourself. Mount City Bank is proud to be here for you. Member FDIC.
Fuller's Milker Center and GIA have the management tools you need to keep your dairy's profitability at your fingertips 24 hours a day. From many choices of reliable electronic ID to effective time-saving sort gates to the state-of-the-art Dairy Plan C21, monitor and control your parlor systems as you manage your whole herd. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your GIA dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center for details on the latest ID systems and sort gates that can help your dairy's efficiency, putting you and your cows in the fast lane.
Pregame 3.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, closing in on the first pitch between Highland and River Ridge in this Division 4 regional final. Our baseball today brought to you by Guthrie Trucking LLC of Bagley, wishing the Wolves success. Guthrie Trucking LLC of Bagley. And by the Highland State Bank. Come see what your hometown community bank can do for you. The Highland State Bank. Visit highlandstatebank.net. Also by Don's Tire in Highland. Don's Tire is your neighborhood Goodyear Tire Center. Count on the trusted local pros at Don's Tire at the bottom of Main Street in Highland. And by Ma's Bakery in Bloomington. Amazing food, attentive service, great prices for multiple daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and catering for large and small gatherings throughout the tri-state area. Visit Ma's Bakery in Bloomington and mazbakery.com. Again, just moments away from the first pitch as the coaches meeting with the umpires at home plate. Hands are shaking, and we're close to getting the first pitch thrown here at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. It is a jam-packed environment here at the athletic complex at River Ridge High School. A sea of red to my right, a sea of purple to my left. Both fan bases showing up here this afternoon for their respective teams, trying to get them into the sectional round coming up on Tuesday. Our coverage today also brought to you by Lucky's Bar and Grill. Enjoy Taco Tuesday and Friday Fish, and follow Lucky's Bar and Grill on Facebook for other specials and hours. That's Lucky's in Bagley. Our colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. River Ridge in their home white uniforms. River Ridge written across the chest in purple with some purple stripes going horizontally across the abdomen with white pants, purple numbers, and white caps. And the Highland Cardinals in white pinstripe jerseys. The pinstripes are red with red numbers, and Highland written across the chest in red. Those are the colors of the game, brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Baseball also brought to you by Mount City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. And by I Don't Care Pub and Grub in North Andover. I Don't Care is where great food, cold drinks, and great times await you. I Don't Care Pub and Grub in North Andover. Also by Warco Transportation. For employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway, visit warcotransportation.com. Warco Transportation of Bloomington. And by Langmeyer Lumber, your one-stop for lumber. The contractors go to Langmeyer Lumber, and you should too. Langmeyer Lumber in Bloomington. The Economy Feed Mill, Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore, featuring custom blends and more for your operation. The Economy Feed Mill, Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore. Sire T Auto Body, complete collision repair with PPG paint warranty, spray and bed liners, free pickup and delivery, and loaner cars too. Sire T's also handles your claim process. Call Eric at Sire T's in Bloomington. And the first batter coming up to the plate for Highland will step into the box. As leading off for the Cardinals will be Cooper Olson, followed by John Dreschmeyer and Davis Dorota. And the first pitch, big contact made into deep left field, but it will be caught by Ty Adrian. 1 pitch, 1 out, and we're off and running from River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. The defensive alignment for River Ridge in the outfield from left to right, it's Ty Adrian, Andrew Nice, and Noah Copsey. And then from third to first, Blake Reynolds, Carter Copsey, Reese Drew, and Peyton Alvis. And Brandon Davis doing the catching duties for our starting pitcher today, Cale Koenig. First pitch to John Dreschmeyer is a called ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. John Dreschmeyer batting on the season, a .274 batting average, an on-base percentage of .384, and an OPS of .822. Looks at that pitch upstairs, makes the count 2-1. Our starting pitcher today, Cale Koenig, has pitched 41 innings, has a 4-3 record, and got a save yesterday against North Crawford as the 2-1 pitch misses outside as well. Count is 3-1 to John Dreschmeyer. 1 out, nobody on, top of the first inning, still scoreless. And that pitch does find the strike zone. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to John Dreschmeyer. Davis Dorota on deck for the Cardinals. Here's the payoff. Swung on a miss for strike 3. First strikeout for Cale Koenig on the game. 2 away now in the top of the first. Now Davis Dorota trying to extend the inning for the Cardinals. Davis Dorota batting .329 on the season, a .382 on-base percentage, and an OPS of .748. And the first pitch is a called ball. Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Great taste like Blue Jays Friday Fish Fry and great pizza options are just some of what you'll find. See their menu on Facebook and at Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. That pitch is high as well. Count is now 2-0 to Davis Dorota, the starting pitcher for Highland. 2-0 pitch. That one catches the strike zone, 2-1, clipping the outer third. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com. Member FDIC, and this one popped up sky high. Davis trying to track it down in foul territory, and he will drop the ball. And Davis Dorota stays alive. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on, top of the first. Still scoreless between River Ridge and Highland. These two teams split the regular season series. And in fact, if you go back the last 2 seasons, all 4 of these games decided by 1 run each. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Second strikeout for Koenig. Cardinals go down in order. Fly out, strikeout, strikeout. We're through half an inning at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Still scoreless. And the Wolves out to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 1.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
When shoulder pain limits your activity and mobility, we're here to help you get back to what matters most. Grant Regional Health Center now offers reverse total shoulder replacement surgery. Designed for those with severe arthritis or irreparable rotator cuff tears, this advanced procedure can improve range of motion, relieve pain, and restore mobility. Ready to take the next step in finding relief from shoulder pain? Visit grantregional.com/shoulder or call us at 608-723-2131. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
In Game 1.
Carter Copsey, Andrew Nice, and Cale Koenig due up for River Ridge in the bottom of the first inning. Still scoreless on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our Division 4 regional final between the Highland Cardinals and the River Ridge Timberwolves. Baseball today brought to you by Guthrie Trucking LLC of Bagley, wishing the Wolves success. Guthrie Trucking LLC of Bagley. Also by the Highland State Bank. Come see what your hometown community bank can do for you. The Highland State Bank. Visit highlandstatebank.net. Carter Copsey digs his feet into the box and will wait for the first pitch from Davis Dorota. Here's the windup, and the pitch is high for ball 1. Carter Copsey on the season averaging a .463 batting average and on-base percentage of .542 and an OPS of 1.09. 1-0 pitch does find the strike zone for strike one. Nice pitch there by Dorota. The defensive alignment for the Cardinals in the outfield from left to right, it's Landis Newberry, Cooper Olson, and Wes Krasinger. As the 1-1 pitch. Misses the strike zone for ball two. From third to first for the Cardinals, it's Terrell, Dreschmeyer, Zadrazil, and Smith. And Kadewasha catching for Davis Dorota here today. As Carter Copsey fouls the pitch back. Count goes to 2-2. Copsey, the shortstop, wears number 7, bats right-handed, awaiting the 2-2 pitch from Davis Dorota. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for a strike 3, but the ball's dropped, and Wash able to get it to Smith in time for the out. One strikeout for Davis Dorota, and now that brings up Andrew Nice, the center fielder, a lefty batter for the Wolves, batting on the season. .268, on-base percentage of .386, and an OPS of .682. First pitch is high for ball one. Don Steyer and Highland. Don Steyer is your neighborhood Goodyear Tire Center. Count on the trusted local pros at Don Steyer at the bottom of Main Street in Highland. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed for strike two. Swung just a bit ahead of that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the first. That one's upstairs for ball two. Mound City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MoundCityBank.com. As Nice pounds this one into deep left field. And that will be caught on the run by Landis Newberry. My goodness, what a play. Had to track that one down in the sun, running full speed and able to close the glove on that one. 2 away now in the bottom of the first. And now that brings up Cale Koenig, the starting pitcher for River Ridge. Played at third base yesterday. He was 4 for 4, 2 singles and 2 doubles. Sounds like my McDonald's order. First pitch, down and away for ball one. Ma's Bakery in Bloomington, amazing food, attentive service, great prices for multiple daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, and catering for large and small gatherings throughout the tri-state area. Visit Ma's Bakery in Bloomington at mazbakery.com. And this one pounded into center field for a base hit, and Koenig keeps his streak alive. He'll reach first. A 2-out single. Puts a River Ridge base runner on, and that brings up the cleanup hitter, the third baseman, number 24, Blake Reynolds. Blake Reynolds batting .391 on the campaign, a .506 on-base percentage, and an OPS of 1.056. Right-handed batter squatting down in the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Dorota, and that one clips the outer third of the strike zone for strike one. I Don't Care Pub and Grub in North Andover. I Don't Care is where great food, cold drinks, and great times await you. I Don't Care Pub and Grub in North Andover. Dorota checking the runner at first, now delivers, and this one pounded into right center field as Olson trying to chase it down, and that will drop. There'll be at least a double, and Koenig will round third. He's going to get home safely, and River Ridge is on the board, I think, but the umpires hold up play, and I'm not sure what happened here. Koenig was rounding third, and then the home plate umpire kind of pulled, and I believe they're going to say it's maybe a ground rule double, so that will hold Koenig there. So a double for Blake Reynolds gives River Ridge back-to-back 2-out hits. Runners at second and third, and that will bring up the catcher, number 10, Brandon Davis. Brandon Davis batting .250 on the season, a .348 on-base percentage. He was 3 for 4 yesterday. And he pops this one up sky high, up and out of play over the backstop. This game also brought to you by Lucky's Bar and Grill. Enjoy Taco Tuesday and Friday Fish, and follow Lucky's Bar and Grill on Facebook for other specials. That's Lucky's in Bagley. A 1 pitch upstairs to make the count 1-1. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the first, still scoreless, but River Ridge threatening, and the 1-1 pitch is inside for ball 1, or ball 2, beg your pardon. The 2-1, ball gets away from Kaden Washer for a second, but able to keep it in front of him. Cut us out 3 balls and 1 strike, and now Davis Dorota 1 ball away from loading the bases with 2 outs. Dorota checks the runner, now delivers. This one hit to straightaway center field. It is high, and a diving catch, a sliding catch by Olsen in center field to close the glove on it. Acrobatic catch. Put that down as an F8, and River Ridge leaves 2 stranded. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We are through 1 at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. At River Ridge, nothing. Highland, nothing. Cardinals up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 2.
Hello, Dr. Matt here from Cuba City Family Dental. Something we take pride in is having 3 state-of-the-art facilities in Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Our investment in the latest technology and innovative services allows us to provide top-notch dental care to our area families. Take control of your oral health and make an appointment with our team, and let's make your smile the best it can be. Contact Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental now, and let's start this journey together. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Get ready, car lovers. It's Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors Car Show and Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, June 14th from 10:30 to 2:30 in Prairie du Chien. Stop by Carey's for an afternoon of awesome cars, food and drinks, door prizes, and fun for the whole family. No trophies, no judging, no pressure. Just good times and great rides. That's Saturday, June 14th at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Highway 18 in Prairie du Chien.
In Game 2.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing in the top of the 2nd inning as the 4, 5, and 6 hitters do up for the Cardinals, Krasinger, Smith, and Terrell. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Wes Krasinger, the starting right fielder, batting .275 on the season coming into this game. He follows this one back to the backstop to make the count 1-1. Baseball brought to you by Warco Transportation. For employment opportunities to plan your next getaway, visit warcotransportation.com. Warco Transportation of Bagley. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Tried to launch that one, but the timing just a bit off. Swung just a bit ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No one out, no one on. Leadoff hitter in the top of the 2nd inning, and this one is hit into deep left field. And coming in is Ty Adrian from left field. He'll be able to get the out. 1 away in the top of the 2nd. Runs are going to be at a premium for both these teams. Again, in the last 4 meetings, all games decided by 1 run each, and I think the most scored in the game was 5. And the first pitch misses outside for ball 1 to the number 5 hitter in the order, the first baseman, number 5, Bennett Smith. Smith waits the 1-0 and pops this one up sky high. It'll go over the backstop and out of play. Count is 1-1. Bennett Smith on the season batting .338 with an on-base percentage of .417 and an OPS of .782. 1-1 pitch. Catches the lower third of the strike zone for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 2nd inning. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Division 4 regional final. That pitch is high and outside to make the count 2-2. Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Great taste like Blue Jays Friday Fish. And great pizza options are just some of what you'll find. See their menu on Facebook and at Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3rd strikeout for Cale Koenig on the game. 2 away in the top of the 2nd. That brings up the number 6 hitter in the order, the 3rd baseman, number 8, Jack Terrell. Jack Terrell batting .222 on the season, an on-base percentage of .309, OPS of .600. That one does catch the strike zone for strike 1. Langmeyer Lumber, your one stop for lumber. The contractors go to Langmeyer Lumber, and you should too. Langmeyer Lumber in Bloomington. Contact made, and this will be grounded to short. Copsey able to make the play. Throw to first is in time for the out. And the Cardinals go down in order in the second inning. Line out, strikeout, ground out. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Wolves out to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3.
Milk has been building champions for centuries. Research shows that real milk builds pregame muscle, and low-fat chocolate milk restores postgame muscle for athletes like few other beverages. That's why the pros know they're gonna need milk to fuel their performance. Learn their inspiring stories at GonnaNeedMilk.com. GONNA needmilk.com. Brought to you by Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. Mattresses are not something that you should have to unbox and set up yourself. Frankly, they're cumbersome. That's why at Dubuque Mattress, we deliver, set up, and get rid of the old mattress for you. And it's not just for people in Dubuque. We deliver just about anywhere. Chicago, Des Moines, Minneapolis, Kansas City, or anywhere in between. So, when it's time for you to get a new mattress, let Dubuque Mattress take care of all of it for you. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 3.
High school baseball on X1071 brought to you by the Economy Feed Mill of Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore, featuring custom blends and more for your operation. The Economy Feed Mill in Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore. Also by Sire T Auto Body, complete collision repair with PPG paint warranties, spray and bed liners, free pickup and delivery, and loaner cars too. Sire T's also handles your claim process. Call Eric at Sire T's in Bloomington. And first pitch is launched into left field and will be caught as Noah Copsey will fly out to left field off the first pitch, one away in the bottom of the second, still scoreless between River Ridge and Highland. They'll bring up the left fielder number 2, Ty Adrian, and he'll be followed up by Peyton Alvis. That's the order due up for River Ridge in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch is a called strike, no balls, 1 strike to Ty Adrian. Waits the next pitch from Dorota, and this will be grounded over to the first base side and will roll into shallow left, and no play to make the throw at first, so it'll be a single for Ty Adrian. Third hit of the game for River Ridge. 1 on and 1 out in the bottom of the second, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Peyton Alvis. Peyton Alvis batting .093 on the season, had 3 strikeouts yesterday against North Crawford. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. It's also brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. As Dorota checks the runner at first, keeping Ty Adrian put. Now set to throw the 0-1 pitch. There's a delivery. Alvis shows bunt, and it's bunted off the backstop. Nearly went over the backstop to make the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Draven Morris in the on deck circle for River Ridge. Alvis digs back in. Dorota checking the runner at first. Here's the 0-2. That one in the dirt. Nice stop there by Washout. Snap throw to first, and now a pickle for Ty Adrian. As Adrian trying to get back to first, and Adrian will be caught stealing. Adrian gets caught on rundown. Great play by Washa to get the throw to first and catch Adrian off guard. Now there's 2 away in the bottom of the second inning. And Alvis still with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That one just missed the strike zone to make the count 2-2. Bloomington Stop and Go. Brad Messer and the crew at Bloomington Stop and Go have a wide selection of hot lunch options, snacks, and beverages, along with grocery items and gas. Bloomington Stop and Go. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will end the inning. River Ridge gets a hit, but Adrian is caught stealing. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. We're through 2 innings at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Cardinals up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
Whether you're planning an unforgettable proposal or just want to impress your significant other, Dolan Jewelers has got you covered with top quality engagement rings and the coolest bonus you've ever seen. For a limited time, when you buy an engagement ring or an upgrade valued at $1,999 or more, you'll receive a free Yeti cooler. So you can pop the question and keep your drinks frosty at the same time. Going on now at Dolan Jewelers, where love and coolness meet.
Today is a beautiful day to create. Hi, it's Linda from Eastman Cartwright Home. Your home should tell a story of who you are and be a collection of what you love. The decor that you choose to surround yourself with evokes a feeling, emotions, and tells a story. What story does your decor tell? At Eastman Cartwright Home, we can help you deepen the sense of your personality, texture, color, and all the details in your home. Visit us today so we can get started on your story. Eastman Cartwright Home, inside Eastman Cartwright, Lancaster.
In Game 4.
Top of the 3rd inning at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. It's a 1-0 count to the leadoff hitter, Coyer Zadrazil. He'll be followed up by Landis Newberry and Caden Washa, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Highland Cardinals, as the 1-0 pitch finds the strike zone to make the count 1-1. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seal Scutters, and overhead doors. Swing and a miss at the 1-1 pitch for Coyer Zadrazil. Zadrazil on the season batting .359 with an on-base percentage of .468. Here's the 1-2 from Koenig. Swung on a miss for strike 3. 4th strikeout for Cale Koenig on the game. 1 away in the top of the 3rd. That brings up Landis Newberry for the Cardinals. Landis Newberry digs in. First pitch swung on a miss for strike 1. Hying Hardware in Highland always backing the Cardinals. Trust Cindy, Pat, and the crew to do what's best for you at Hying Hardware in Highland. A 1 pitch, contact made into foul territory, and Peyton Alvis there to make the play. 2 away now in the top of the 3rd. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Now Caden Washa, the catcher, coming up to the plate. Caden Washa batting .328 on the season, an on-base percentage of .375, and an OPS of .868. Contact made and it's fouled off. Count is 0-1. River Ridge Realty Southwest called Barbara Bernhardt, broker owner, to help you in every aspect of buying or selling real estate. River Ridge Realty Southwest, serving Southwest Wisconsin. A 1 pitch fouled back to the backstop to make the count 0-2. Burnham Lumber of Rui. See Burnham Lumber for all of your agricultural, commercial, and residential projects. Burnham Lumber in Rui. Caden Washa waiting the 0-2 from Koenig. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cale Koenig strikes out 5 of the first 9 batters for Highland. And the Cardinals go down in order again. Strikeout, pop out, strikeout. Through 2.5 innings, River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. River Ridge out to bat next in the bottom of the 3rd on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Gear up for Quick Trip's Mountain Dew Quick Climb. Now through August 17th, play free daily in the Quick Rewards app and earn bonus plays with every eligible purchase. For example, grab one with hot food, that's 2 bonus plays. Each week, the cash prize climbs by $5,000, all the way to a $250,000 grand prize. So open the app and get climbing. Your summer, your climb, your win. No purchase necessary. See complete details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
In Game 5.
Thank you. Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We have a pitching change for the Highland Cardinals. Davis DeRoda out of the game, and now it will be number 9, John Dreschmeyer, pitching for the Cardinals. Davis DeRoda pitched 2 complete innings, had 1 strikeout, no walks, and no runs allowed. 3 total hits allowed, and now Dreschmeyer will be pitching for the Cardinals. That moves Davis DeRoda to third. And here's the first pitch from Dreschmeyer. The first pitch is in there for a called strike. Draven Morris at the plate for the Wolves, a left-handed batter. Number 9 hitter in the order, and launches this one down the left field line for a base hit. And it's Newberry trying to track it down, throws it back into the infield to hold Morris at first, and a leadoff single for Draven Morris. Gets the inning started for River Ridge. 1 on, nobody out. And we go back to the top of the order with Carter Copsey. Carter Copsey struck out in his first at-bat back in the first inning. First pitch from Dreschmeyer is downstairs for ball 1. J&M Building Supply of Highland. J&M is where the contractors go. It's where everybody goes. See Luke, Jim, Tim, and Sue and crew at J&M Building Supply in Highland. That pitch is low to make the count 2-0. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Ginger and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. 2-0 pitch is downstairs. 3 balls, no strikes. Is John Dreschmeyer trying to find the strike zone on the number 1 hitter in the order for River Ridge, Carter Copsey. Andrew Nice on deck. That one is in the strike zone for a called strike. Nice pitch by Dreschmeyer. Cheadle's Heating and Cooling, your local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley China for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Cheadle's Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. 3-1 pitch finds the strike zone. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. John Dreschmeyer battling back, being down 3-0. That pitch is a called strike 3, a backwards K for Dreschmeyer. His first strikeout of the game. 1 on, 1 out. In the bottom of the third, River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Andrew Nice at the plate. Andrew Nice lined out to left field in his last at bat. Dreschmeyer deals, it's in the dirt. And Draven Morris holds up at first. Bloomington Area Sportsman's Club head to the Sportsman's Club on June 13th for a Friday night fish fry from 4:30 to 7:30. As this pitch is fouled off to make the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Fried cod, potato salad, coleslaw, rolls, and dessert for just $15 next Friday at the Bloomington Area Sportsman's Club. 1-1 pitch. Finds a strike zone. Nice pitch by Dreschmeyer. Count is now 1-2. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. 1-2 pitch. High and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. 2-2, inside for ball 3. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the third, River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Dreschmeyer checks the runner at first. Now deals swing and a miss, strike 3. After giving up a leadoff single, back-to-back strikeouts for Dreschmeyer. And that brings up the number 3 hitter, Cale Koenig. He had a single in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 1. Clare Bank with 3 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Koenig swings and misses at strike 1. Tried to chase that one low. Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. 1 pitch. Just missed the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dreschmeyer checks the runner at first. Now deals the 1-1. This one launched into right field and will be playable and caught by Krasinger for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're through 3 at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Cardinals out to bat in the top of the 4th on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
This is Peyton Dewitt from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. If you're looking for dependability in a new or used vehicle, Toyota has 7 out of the top 12 vehicles that last over 200,000 miles, ranking number 2 in J.D. Power's dependability study. Toyota also has 5 of the top 10 vehicles with the best resale value, according to Kelley Blue Book. Come see me to find your Toyota at Anderson Weber Toyota when you're ready.
Anderson Weber Toyota, next to Target in Dubuque. Visit them online at AndersonWeberToyota.com.
Dubuque and All That Jazz is back and celebrating 3 decades of toe tapping, soul shaking, community love and fun. On Friday, June 6th, 5 p.m. to 10:30, Town Clock Plaza in downtown Dubuque. It turns into the ultimate summer stage. Catch the business, Chicago's funk and soul powerhouse, plus the DZ combo, and the Roosevelt Middle School Jazz Band gets it started. Great music, cold drinks, and local food trucks. Admissions free. Bring a chair, bring your crew, and enjoy the good vibes. Dubuque and All That Jazz. 30 years of rhythm, soul, and community.
In Game 6.
River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. We go to the top of the 4th on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Tyler Duktanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. Our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. As the first pitch goes to left field, and it's off the glove of the third baseman, Reynolds. And that's the first hit of the game for the Highland Cardinals. As a leadoff single for Cooper Olson gets the party started in the top of the 4th inning. John Dreschmeyer now at the plate, struck out in his last at bat. Started the game at short. He's now in as the pitcher. And looks at the first pitch, and it's a called strike. 1 on, nobody out, top of the 4th. Russell Office is here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin. Russell Law Offices. Koenig checks Olson at first, but Olson gets back safely. As Koenig gets ready to deal. Getting the bat back. Now stolen base attempt, sliding, and the runner is out. Cooper Olson gets caught stealing. That's the first out in the top of the 4th inning. Now 1 out, nobody on. John Dreschmeyer at the plate. Davis DeRota on deck. So the first hit for Highland results in a runner being caught stealing. As this pitch is downstairs, count is now 2 balls, 1 strike to John Dreschmeyer. Dreschmeyer looks at the 2-1. That one clips the strike zone to make the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros of Brian's, gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint. Lancaster, this one lifted into deep left field. Ty Adrian giving chase, and that will be out of play, hooking foul. McNutt Electric in Belmont can assist with all your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNutt Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNutt Electric in Belmont. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. That pitch is upstairs. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to John Dreschmeyer. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 4th. Still scoreless between River Ridge and Highland. Here's the 3-2 from Koenig. This one launched into straightaway center field. Andrew Nice trying to give chase, trying to run it down, and it's off his glove. And it will be at least a double for Dreschmeyer. He'll hold up at second, and a 1-out double. Gets a runner in scoring position for the Cardinals in the top of the 4th. CJ ATM Service, see Chuck Schneering for all of your business and large-scale event ATM needs, find CJ ATM Service on Facebook to learn more. CJ ATM Service of Platteville. Davis DeRoda at the plate. The number 3 hitter in the order swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. DeRoda struck out in his first at-bat back in the first inning. DeRoda swings and misses at strike 2. Davis DeRoda on the season, 13 RBIs, trying to come through here and put Highland on the board. 1 on, 1 out, top of the 4th. 0-2 count to DeRoda, makes big contact, and a nice catch by Reynolds. Snap throw to second. Runner gets back in time, but a great play by Blake Reynolds at third for the second out of the inning. Call that an L5, and now Wes Grasinger, the right fielder at the plate, lined out to left in his last at bat. Getting delivers, swing and a miss, strike 1. Big swing there by Grasinger, trying to launch that one. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, whether buying or selling, call Tim, Kathy, Chase, and their staff today. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, Lancaster, and Fenimore. Grounded to short, Kotze makes the play, throw to Alvis is in time for the out. 6-3 ground out. Highland gets a pair of hits, but unable to bring them home. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Wolves up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
When you're faced with a challenge, how you respond determines the real winners. Rural Mutual believes there's something more important than winning a game. They believe that the team, school, and fans who support their athletes with dignity and class are the true champions. Rural Mutual is the proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Insurance Sportsmanship Award since 1965. The award recognizes that sportsmanship matters in your community. Visit ruralmutual.com/WIAA and see how their team and your community can work together to be true champions.
School's out and it's time to get away for some fun. Summertime in Wisconsin is the best time. The Platteville Regional Chamber and Wisconsin Welcome Center have lots of great ideas and information for you to plan your next getaway. Be sure to stop by today and start planning your next Wisconsin adventure. Welcome Center hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Saturday 10 to 4, and Sunday 10 to 2. For more details, visit us at platteville.com.
In Game 7.
High school baseball on X1071, brought to you by PDC Flooring and Design, your trusted local flooring pros. Barb and Kirk look forward to serving you at PDC Flooring and Design. PDC Flooring and Design, Riverside Square in Prairie du Chien. Also by Justin Washburn and the H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical team continue to provide top-quality plumbing, heating, and electrical services for your business, home, and farm. H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical serving you in Fenimore, Lancaster, and Boscobel. John Dreschmeyer back on the bump for Highland as we are still scoreless through 3.5 innings. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and it will be Blake Reynolds, Brandon Davis, and Noah Copsey due up for River Ridge. Baseball today also brought to you by Price Equipment Sales, serving Southwest Wisconsin and Eastern Iowa with top-of-the-line ag and lawn equipment and exceptional service. Price Equipment Sales of Bloomington and at priceequipmentsales.com. Reynolds at the plate, looks at the first pitch, and that's a called strike. Blake Reynolds hit a double in his first at-bat back in the first inning. Waits the 0-1. Ducks away from that one. Makes the count 1 ball, 1 strike. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Gingery and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland, TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. A slow grounder over to short. Quick throw to first is in time. Great job by Jack Terrell at short to get the throw in time. 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Now Brandon Davis at the plate. Flew out to center field in his last at bat. Looks at the first pitch, it's upstairs for ball 1. First Supply of Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville. Davis follows this one back to make the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Guys Truck and Tractor for heavy-duty towing and recovery. Reliable 24-hour roadside service and long-distance transports. Call Guys Truck and Tractor in Kieler and at guystruck.com. 1-1 pitch to Davis. This one chopped back to the pitcher. Now Terrell trying to make another play. Throw to first in time for the out. Jack Terrell showing some defensive prowess here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 away in the bottom of the fourth inning. Now Noah Copsey will try and keep the inning alive for River Ridge. He flew out to left field in his last at bat. Looks at the first pitch. It's away for ball 1. Krantz Auto Parts for local hardware, Hank and Napa dealers. See Rob Krantz of the crew. Krantz Auto Parts for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts of Fenimore. Looks at that pitch, and that clips the outer third of the strike zone for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Noah Copsey. 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the fourth, still scoreless. And that pitch is inside for ball 2. That one just missed. Now the 2-1. Outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. To Noah Copsey. If he reaches base, Ty Adrian's in the on-deck circle for River Ridge. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the fourth. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Here's the pitch to Copsey. Copsey checks his swing. Did he go? He did not. He is going to take his base. Noah Copsey reaches base on a walk, and now Ty Adrian comes to the plate. Had a single back in the second inning, but was caught stealing. Caught in a rundown between first and second. Waits the first pitch from Dreschmeyer. And that pitch is down and away for ball 1. Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, and refishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the Illinois National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Also by Bytech Resource Management of Greener Way, Bytech Resource Management of Monroe. Dreschmeyer gives the nod. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Big swing by Adrian. Timing just a bit off. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out, 1 on. Runner at first for the Wolves. Still scoreless between these two teams. Runs at a premium as we expected. And time is called. And now we're set to resume. Because it is starting to get quiet in between pitches here. Don't want to be caught as the only guy talking. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Great pitch there by Dreschmeyer. Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors at Belmont, Prairie du Chien, and Carey's Gutters and Doors.com. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montford, and at Sloans.com. 1-2 pitch, gets the strike zone, and he called strike 3. Backwards K for John Dreschmeyer, his 3rd strikeout of the game. And River Ridge comes up empty. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the 5th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Cardinals up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 8.
Hello, Amy here from Cuba City Family Dental. Part of our dedication to excellence in the dental services we offer are same-day crowns. Instead of return visits to our office, we can diagnose and fix your tooth in 1 day at any of our 3 convenient locations. Call us when you are in need and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Get ready, car lovers. It's Carey's Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors Car Show and Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, June 14th from 10:30 to 2:30 in Prairie du Chien. Stop by Carey's for an afternoon of awesome cars, food and drinks, store prizes, and fun for the whole family. No trophies, no judging, no pressure, just good times and great rides. That's Saturday, June 14th at Carey's Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Highway 18 in Prairie du Chien.
In game 8.
Top of the fifth inning, and a quick grounder over to third base. Koenig makes the play, throw to first in time for the out. Bennett Smith grounds out to begin the top of the fifth inning on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Bennett Smith just grounded out. Jack Terrell and Coyer Zanderzil due up for the Cardinals. Still scoreless between these two teams in our Division IV regional final. First pitch to Jack Terrell. Catches the outer third of the strike zone for strike one. Jack Terrell hit into a ground out in his last at bat in the second inning. A one pitch swing and a miss to make the count 0-2. Jack Terrell looks at that pitch. It's outside to make the count 1-2. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and at wcc-brands.com. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Another strikeout for Cale Koenig. Sixth strikeout of the game for Koenig. 2 away in the top of the fifth. That brings up Coyer Zadrazil. First pitch. Catches the strike zone for strike one. People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. That one in the strike zone as well. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Top of the fifth. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Zadrazil steps out of the box. Taps home plate. Waits the pitch from Koenig. Here's the delivery. That went inside, but did he swing? No, he did not. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional, friendly service. 1-2 pitch, off speed, upstairs to make the count 2-2. Diney's Tire and Auto, calling the hooker in town for 24-hour towing service at 568-3014. That's 568-3014. Your home for excellent car care is at Diney's Tire and Auto in Dickeyville. 2-2 pitch is in the dirt. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Coyer Zadrazil was down 0-2 just a few moments ago, but 3 straight balls makes the count full. 2 out, nobody on. Top of the fifth. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Here's the payoff. Big contact made, and that will find shallow left field for a base hit. Coyer Zadrazil with a 2-out single to extend the inning for Highland. And now Landis Newberry comes up to the plate trying to make up for the pop-out that he had back in the third. Guthrie Trucking LLC of Bagley wishing the Wolves success. Guthrie Trucking LLC of Bagley, also by the Highland State Bank. Come see what your hometown community bank can do for you. The Highland State Bank. Visit highlandstatebank.net. This will be grounded over to short. Carter Copsey there. Tags second base for the force out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And 1 left on base. Let's go to the bottom of the fifth. River Ridge nothing. Highland nothing. Division IV regional final on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 9.
Buying a mattress can seem overwhelming. How soft should you go, or how firm? How much support do you need? All great questions and all tough to figure out without the right guidance. Hi, I'm Jeremy Culbertson, and I've been building and selling mattresses with Dubuque Mattress for over 10 years, and with our guidance, we take all the stress out of mattress shopping. We guarantee you will love your Dubuque mattress, or we'll change it for you until you do.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Here is another message from Counselor Dan with Toys Done Right.
Insurance companies have more tricks up their sleeves than a magician at a birthday party. They might try to steer you toward their preferred shops. But here's the secret. You have the right to choose where your toy gets pampered. Count on Toys Done Right Body Shop for quality service and a team of certified magicians. Technicians.
Toys Done Right Body Shop. Mending area vehicles since 1994. 1006 Central Avenue in Dubuque. Dan's voice imitated, never duplicated.
In game 9.
Bottom of the fifth inning at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. The Wolves up to bat, as it'll be Peyton Alvis, Draven Morris, And Carter Copsey due up for the Wolves on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Don's Tire in Highland. Don's Tire is your neighborhood Goodyear Tire Center. Count on the trusted local pros at Don's Tire at the bottom of Main Street in Highland. Peyton Alvis all for one, struck out in his last at bat in the second inning. And the first pitch hits him off the elbow. And a hit by pitch puts a base runner on for River Ridge. Now Draven Morris steps up to the plate. Had a leadoff single back in the third inning. As River Ridge, no runs on 4 hits so far in the game. And for Highland, no runs on 3 hits. Peyton Alvis will check out of the game, and now it looks like it'll be number 9. Running the bases for River Ridge. Can't see what number that is. But Draven Morris lifts this one into left field. It's hooking foul and will drop in foul territory. Unfortunately, I can't see what the runner's number is at first base. But Draven Morris at the plate. Runner at first, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Morris shows bunt, and it's hit right back to the pitcher. Throw to second for the force out. Throw to first. Will get away from the first baseman. But a fielder's choice. Gets the first out of the inning. Still a runner at first as Draven Morris able to reach base. And now we go back to the top of the order with Carter Copsey at the plate. Struck out in his plate appearances so far today. Struck out in the first. Struck out looking in the third. Dreschmeyer checks the runner at first. Delivers the pitch. That went outside for ball 1. Mountain City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountainCityBank.com. Throw to first. Runner gets back in time. Morris able to stay under the tag. Ma's Bakery in Bloomington. Amazing food, attentive service, great prices for multiple daily lunch specials. Monday through Friday, and catering for large and small gatherings throughout the Tri-State area. Visit Ma's Bakery in Bloomington at Ma's.com. This one hit into deep left center field. That one carrying. And Landis Newberry able to track it down and close the glove to get the second out of the inning. Carter Copsey now 0 for 3 on the game. Now Andrew Nice trying to extend the inning for River Ridge. 1 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 5th, River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Andrew Nice lined out in the first, struck out in the third. As Dreschmeyer checking the runner at first. Now getting ready to deliver the pitch. That pitch is in there for a called strike. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. I don't care is where great food, cold drinks, and great times await you. I don't care, Pub and Grub in North Andover. That one is a called ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Game brought to you by Lucky's Bar and Grill. Enjoy Taco Tuesday and Friday Fish, and follow Lucky's Bar and Grill on Facebook for other specials and hours. Lucky's in Bagley. Count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Andrew Nice. 1 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 5th. Still scoreless between these two teams. Dreschmeyer checks the runner. Here's the 1-2. And a nice swing through. He did for a strike 3. River Ridge able to get a runner on the hit by pitch, but then 3 outs immediately after that. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We are through 5 innings and nothing decided yet between River Ridge and Highland. Cardinals up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 10.
Here at Extreme 1071, we love giving you things. A great mix of music, entertainment, and of course, free stuff. If you participate in any of our giveaways and contests, remember...
You're going to talk and talk fast.
Contests are generally open to U.S. residents 18 years or older and reside within our terrestrial listening area. Other age restrictions may apply. You can only win once per 30 days or once per promotion or contest. Employees, agents, and affiliates of the station, Queen Bee Radio Inc., Morgan Murphy Media, contest sponsors, other radio, television, and print advertising companies are ineligible to win. Other restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. All entries completed are blank. Any and all materials pertaining to a contest are the property of Queen Bee Radio. Prize winners have 30 days to pick up their prize at the Queen Bee Radio offices. 51 News Drive in Platteville, Wisconsin, 53818. Bring your ID. A signature may be required. Unclaimed prizes will be disposed of at the discretion of Queen Bee Radio. All decisions are final. Winners are responsible for all taxes, fees, usage charges, tariffs, or other fees associated with their prize. Queen Bee Radio makes no guarantee of any awarded prizes and is released from all liability. A full list of our general contest rules can be found online at x1071.com or at the Queen Bee Radio offices.
In game 10.
Katie Washa falls off the first pitch in the top of the 6th inning. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Washa, Olsen, and Dreschmeyer do up for the Highland Cardinals as the next pitch is a called ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Caden Washa. He struck out back in the 3rd inning. The 1-1 is upstairs for ball 2. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Defensive swing by Washa fouls it off and out of play down the right field line. Our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Swing and a miss, strike 3, another strikeout for Koenig. Kale Koenig getting his 7th strikeout by my count. And we go back to the top of the order with Cooper Olsen at the plate. Flew out to left in the 1st inning, singled, and was caught stealing in the 4th. Hermses Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermses Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermses for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermses Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. First pitch finds the strike zone to make the count 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, chopper back over to short. And Carter Kotze, throw to first, is in time for the out. Carter Kotze having a nice outing at the shortstop position, showing some defensive prowess. 2 away in the top of the 6th. Now John Dreschmeyer, 1 for 2 on the day, struck out in the 1st inning and had a double back in the 4th. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Big hack there by John Dreschmeyer. Warco Transportation for employment opportunities and to plan your next getaway. Visit warcotransportation.com. Warco Transportation of Bloomington. A 1 pitch, misses high and inside for ball 1. Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Great taste like Blue Jays Friday Fish Fry and great pizza options are just some of what you'll find. See their menu on Facebook and at Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. 1-1 pitch also inside to make the count 2-1. 2 out, nobody on, top of the 6th. Still scoreless, and this one lifted up sky high. And giving chase is Davis. Actually, beg your pardon, that's Koenig. And he'll catch it in foul territory to end the inning. Strikeout, ground out, pop out. Cardinals go down in order in the top of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Wolves up to bat in the bottom of the 6th on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 11.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Looking to jumpstart your career? Ready to earn while you learn? Northeast Iowa Community College is the answer. At NICC, our Earn and Learn program combines hands-on education and on-the-job training. You'll get paid to learn and gain valuable skills in high-demand fields. Most graduates are hired right after graduation, making NICC your gateway to a successful career. Take the next step toward a new career today. Visit nicc.edu/earnlearn to explore opportunities and shape your future.
In Game 11.
We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still nothing decided between River Ridge and Highland. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Our baseball broadcast brought to you by Langmeyer Lumber, your one-stop for lumber. The contractors go to Langmeyer Lumber, and you should too. Langmeyer Lumber in Bloomington. Also by the Economy Feed Mill, Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore, featuring custom blends and more for your operation. The Economy Feed Mill in Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore. Also by Sire T. Complete collision repair with PPG paint warranty, spray and bed liners, free pickup and delivery, and loaner cars too. Sire T's also handles your claim process. Call Eric at Sire T's in Bloomington. And by Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. Cale Koenig at the plate for River Ridge. He'll be followed up by Blake Reynolds and Brandon Davis. The first pitch. This is the strike zone for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Finds the strike zone to make the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Bloomington Stop and Go. Brad Messer and the crew at Bloomington Stop and Go have a wide selection of hot lunch options, snacks, and beverages, along with grocery items and gas. Bloomington Stop and Go. 1-1 pitch tipped foul to make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Cale Koenig, singled in the first and flew out to right field in the third. Swings and misses at strike 3. Or strike 2, beg your pardon. No, that was strike 3. I had the count right. Fourth strikeout for John Dreschmeyer since coming into relief back in the 3rd inning. And the first pitch swung on and missed by Reynolds for strike 1. Like Reynolds is 1 for 2, doubled in the first and hit into a ground out back in the 4th inning. 0-1. Inside for ball 1. Hying Hardware in Highland, always backing the Cardinals. Trust Cindy, Pat, and crew to do what's best for you at Hying Hardware in Highland. 1-1 pitch. That one catches the strike zone, lower third, to make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th, River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. And a check swing. Did he get it back in time? Yes, he did, to make the count 2-2. River Ridge Realty Southwest, Barbara Bernhardt, broker owner, can help you in every aspect of buying or selling real estate. River Ridge Realty Southwest, serving Southwest Wisconsin. Slow roller over to third. And throw to first is not in time, as Blake Reynolds able to leg that one out. As Davis DeRoda had to make a tough play at third base. And able to get the ball there in time. We'll call that an infield single for Blake Reynolds. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. The furthest a base runner has gotten in this game was back in the 1st inning when Cale Koenig was able to reach third. Everyone else just second base. First pitch is high for ball 1 to Brandon Davis. 0 for 2 on the game, flew out to center field in the 1st inning and hit into a 6-3 ground out in the 4th. Snap throw to first, and runner gets back in time. Blake Reynolds is safe. Burnham Lumber of Rui. See Burnham Lumber for all of your agricultural, commercial, and residential projects. Burnham Lumber in Rui. Dreschmeyer with the pitch. Davis drops a bunt, but it's going to be rolling foul down the right field line. J&M Building Supply of Highland. J&M is where the contractors go. It's where everybody goes. See Luke, Jim, Tim, Sue, and the crew at J&M Building Supply of Highland. Also by TriStar Pals of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim during the gang a call. TriStar Pals of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. 1-1 pitch. Davis shows bunt, gets the bat back. As Washoe unable to hold the ball cleanly in a stolen base for Blake Reynolds. So Reynolds is in scoring position in the bottom of the 6th inning. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. 1 on, 1 out. And a 1-2 count to Brandon Davis. Noah Copsey in the on-deck circle for Ridge. Sheetles Heating and Cooling, a local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley Schneider for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Sheetles Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. RDS stream powered by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Anderson Weber Toyota when you are ready. Fischmeyer gives the nod. Checks the runner at second. Here's the 1-2 to Davis. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 away now. In the bottom of the 6th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Runner at second for the Wolves. Noah Copsey at the plate. Flew out in the 2nd and was walked back in the 4th. Copsey looks at the first pitch and it's in there for strike 1. Bloomington Area Sportsman's Club. Head to the Sportsman's Club on June 13th for a Friday night fish fry from 4:30 to 7:30. It's fried cod, potato salad, coleslaw, rolls, and desserts for just $15 at Bloomington Area Sportsman's Club. And a ground out for Noah Copsey will be the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We are through 6 innings. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Highland up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 12.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you.
The Milwaukee Brewers have partnered with GovX to offer 50% off select tickets to active duty military, veterans, first responders, government employees, and teachers at Sunday through Thursday games, courtesy of Vortex. Visit brewers.com/GovX.
Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA.
Consumers everywhere are rediscovering the benefits of buying locally produced food. Not only is it fresher, tastier, and more nutritious, it's also good for the local economy. And did you know the Village Hearth and Artisan Hearth hamburger and hot dog buns and rolls you love are baked right here in the Midwest? With the state-of-the-art bakeries and facilities throughout the Midwest, freshly baked buns and rolls are delivered fresh every day to your neighborhood grocers. Village Hearth and Artisan Hearth buns and rolls, locally baked, delivered fresh daily.
In game 12.
Let's go to the top of the 7th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Division 4 regional final on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Davis Dorota, Wes Krasinger, and Bennett Smith do up in a swing and a miss at the first pitch for Dorota for strike 1. River Ridge no runs on 5 hits. And Highland no runs on 3 hits. The 0-1 pitch is inside for ball 1. Davis Dorota struck out in the 1st inning, lined out in the 4th. And the 1-1 just clips the outer third of the strike zone for strike 2. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. 1-2 pitch, high and upstairs to make the count 2-2. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. And the down is strikeout number 8 for Cale Koenig on the game. And now Wes Krasinger coming up to the plate, lined out in the 2nd and grounded out in the 4th. Clare Bank with the rate convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. The first pitch is way upstairs for ball 1. Swing and a miss at strike 1. Big swing there at the fastball. One ball, 1 strike. 1 out. This one grounded over to short. Carter Copsey loses the handle. And we'll call that an E6. As Krasinger will reach base. The go-ahead run at first for Highland in the top of the 7th. Now Bennett Smith First baseman wearing number 5, 0 for 2 on the game. Struck out in the second, grounded out in the 5th. As he digs into the box. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Again, top of the 7th inning, River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Cardinals up to bat in the top of the 7th, 1 on, 1 out. And an 0-1 count to the number 5 hitter in the order, Bennett Smith. Smith looks at that pitch, and that's called a strike, just clipping the outer third. Russell Office is here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. This one popped up on the right field line, and it will hook out a play. Count stays at 0-2. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin, Russell Office is also by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros of Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 9 for Cale Koenig on the game. 2 away in the top of the 7th. Runner at first for the Cardinals. And Jack Terrell coming up to the plate. Jack Terrell's 0 for 2, grounded out in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. This one grounded over to short. Copsey will tag 2nd for the force out to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th inning. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. River Ridge up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 13.
Do you enjoy playing sports and watching other people compete? Here's a great opportunity for you to get involved. You can make significant income while providing a great community service by becoming a WIAA licensed official. It gives you the opportunity to be involved, stay in shape, and assist in providing the lifelong lessons from education-based athletics. Signing up is easy. Just go to WIAAWI.org. Access the officials tab to get started today. This message is from Queen Bee Radio and the WIAA.
This is Chris Ludasher from Anderson Weber in Dubuque. If you're looking for a dependable, new or used vehicle, Toyota has 7 out of the top 12 vehicles that last over 200,000 miles. Ranking number 2 in the J.D. Power Dependability Study, Toyota also has 5 of the top 10 vehicles with the best resale value, according to Kelley Blue Book. Come see me to find your Toyota at Anderson Weber Toyota when you're ready.
Anderson Weber Toyota, next to Target in Dubuque.
In game 13.
Bottom of the 7th inning, River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Ty Adrian, Peyton Alvis, and Draven Morris due up for River Ridge on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Ty Adrian singled in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th. Trying to go 2 for 3 on the game. Any run for River Ridge in this inning wins the game. This will be grounded foul on the first base side. Count is 0-1. CJ ATM Service. See Chuck Schneering for all of your business and large-scale ATM needs. Find CJ ATM Service on Facebook to learn more. CJ ATM Service of Platteville. One pitch to Adrian. This was shot back to the pitcher. Dreschmeyer tossed to first in time for the out. Adrian goes down 1-3. Now Peyton Alvis at the plate. Struck out in the 2nd, was hit by a pitch in the 5th. First pitch in there for a called strike. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, whether buying or selling, call Tim, Kathy, Chase, and their staff today. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, Lancaster, and Fenimore. Alvis checked his swing. Did he get back? They say he did. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. That one in there for a called strike, catching the outer third of the strike zone. McNutt Electric in Belmont can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNutt Electric are on call, ready to help with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNutt Electric in Belmont, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away now in the bottom of the 7th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. And now Draven Morris, the number 9 hitter in the order, up to the plate. Had a single back in the 3rd and hit into a fielder's choice in the 5th. This one fouled to the backstop, count is 0-1. Justin Washburn and the H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical team continue to provide top-quality plumbing, heating, and electrical services for your business, home, and farm. H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical serving you in Fenimore, Lancaster, and Boscobel. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Draven Morris at the plate. It was 0-1, the 0-1 pitch. Misses high and away for ball 1. Get you some updates on the Shoebox scoreboard as well, as this has been a fast-moving game. Checking on the other games in our area. And the 1-1 pitch misses away for ball 2. On 97.7 Country, WGLR Belmont with an 8-0 lead on Johnson Creek. That's in the 6th inning. Swing and a miss to make the count 2-2 to Draven Morris. And Cuba City and Dodgeville tied at 2 apiece in the 4th inning. 2-2 pitch. Did he check his swing? They say he didn't go. Makes the count 3-2. Man, that is a bang-bang play. Or bang-bang call, I should say. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. This one grounded foul, and Morris stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Scoreless through almost a full regulation game. Three-two pitch. Outside for ball 4. And Draven Morris gets on base. He represents the winning run. Now we go back to the top of the order. Carter Copsey, 0 for 3. Struck out in the 1st, struck out looking in the 3rd, and flew out to left back in the 5th inning. Copsey looks at the first pitch, and it's away for ball 1. Great stop there by Washa. Guthrie Trucking LLC of Bagley wishing the Wolves success. Guthrie Trucking LLC of Bagley. Dreschmeyer checking the runner at first, gives the nod. Here's the 1-0. That one just missed outside for ball 2. The Highland State Bank. Come see what your hometown community bank can do for you. The Highland State Bank. Visit highlandstatebank.net. And Copsey, a slow grounder over to the pitcher, throw to first, and it pulls Bennett Smith off the bag. Carter Copsey is safe. Call that an infield single. And now the winning run for River Ridge is in scoring position with Andrew Nice coming to the plate. Andrew Nice is 0 for 3, lined out in the 1st, and then back-to-back strikeouts in the 3rd and 5th innings. Nice lefty batter. Awaits the pitch from Dreschmeyer. Dreschmeyer checks the runner at 2nd. Here's the delivery, and this one fouled off down the left field line. Count is 0-1. Don's Tire in Highland. Don's Tire is a neighborhood Goodyear Tire Center. Count on the trusted local pros at Don's Tire at the bottom of Main Street in Highland. One pitch in there for a called strike 2. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 7th. Runners at 1st and 2nd for River Ridge. Andrew Nice at the plate. Down 0-2 to John Dreschmeyer. Dreschmeyer checks the runner. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A strikeout to end the inning and the threat by River Ridge. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. We have free baseball at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. We go to the 8th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Cardinals up to bat next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 14.
Tri-state thunderstorms can bring wind, rain, and hail, some of the damage you may not even see. Bel Air Home Restoration is a local family-owned company that's been serving the tri-state since 1955. Let them repair or replace areas hit by hail, and they'll even deal with your insurance company. They'll get you done quickly. 3 weeks from signing a contract, they'll be on your roof getting it done. Call Bel Air Home Restoration today for an appointment at 608-348-2381 or check them out online at belairhomerestoration.com or Facebook. Queen Bee Radio has your chance to win great seats to see Milwaukee baseball. Sign up to win at Okies Market in Cassville, Goodney's Garage in Platteville, Pink's Automotive in Lancaster, the Horseshoe Tavern, Prairie du Chien, U.S. Cellular in Platteville, Breckler Insurance, and Boondock Sports Bar in Wazeeka. Plus catch Pizzeria Uno, the Annex, the Back Bar, and the Back Nine, and Home Key Real Estate coverage of Milwaukee baseball. Heard on AM 1590 WPBL. Presented by Napa Auto Parts of Boscobel, Pink's Automotive, and Goodney's Garage.
In game 14.
Extra innings at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. We are in the top of the 8th inning. And the first pitch swung on and missed by Coyer Zadrazil. He'll be followed up by Landis Newberry and Caden Washa. And this pitch lifted foul down the left field line and over the backstop to make the count 0-2. Coyer Zadrazil struck out in the 3rd and singled in the 5th, 1 for 2. 0-2 pitch, high and inside for ball 1. We have burned up all of our in-game commercial breaks, so we are with you the rest of the way. 1-2 pitch, foul back to the backstop. Count stays at 1-2. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop at Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. The 1-2. Misses outside to make the count 2-2. Cale Koenig still in the game for River Ridge. Has pitched 7 complete innings. And that is a swung on and missed for strike 3. That is strikeout number 10 for Cale Koenig. 1 away in the top of the 8th. Now Landis Newberry at the plate. Popped out in the 3rd, hit into a fielder's choice in the 5th, and the first pitch, Newberry has to duck away from that one for ball 1. I don't care Pub and Grub in North Andover. I don't care is where great food, cold drinks, and great times await you. I don't care Pub and Grub in North Andover. This pitch fouled back to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lucky's Bar and Grill. Enjoy Taco Tuesday and Friday Fish, and follow Lucky's Bar and Grill on Facebook and other specials and hours. Lucky's in Bagley. This one hit into straightaway center field, and that will drop for a base hit. The go-ahead run is on base for the Highland Cardinals. A 1-out single for Landis Newberry. 1 on, 1 out, top of the 8th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Now Caden Washa. 3rd at bat of the game, struck out in his first 2 at bats, striking out in the 3rd and the 5th. Koenig delivers, and this one fouled to the backstop to make the count 0-1. Ma's Bakery in Bloomington, amazing food, attentive service, great prices for multiple daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, and catering in large and small gatherings throughout the tri-state area. Visit Ma's Bakery in Bloomington at mazbakery.com. This one hit into deep right field. And Noah Copsey able to track it down for the 2nd out of the inning. And now Cooper Olson up to the plate. Olson flew out in the 1st, singled in the 4th, and grounded out in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. Back to the top of the order for the Cardinals. Getting deals. That one sails upstairs for ball 1. John Drushmeyer in the on-deck circle for Highland as well. This one fouled off to make the count 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 on, 2 out, top of the 8th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing, a 1-1 count to Cooper Olson. Gail Koenig checking the runner at first. Here's the 1-1. Outside for ball 2. Warco Transportation for employment opportunities or to plan your next getaway. Visit warcotransportation.com. Warco Transportation of Bloomington. Koenig snap throw to first. Ball gets away from Peyton Alvis. Alvis trying to run it down, and Newberry will steal second base off the throwing error by Koenig. The go-ahead run in scoring position for Highland, a 2-1 count to Cooper Olson. Trying to bring Landis Newberry home. Koenig checks Newberry at second. Here's the 2-1. Grounded over to short. Copsey fields it cleanly. Throw to first in time for the out. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We are through 7.5 innings. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be River Ridge up to bat on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty, and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, and what is shaping up to be an instant classic. 2 Six Rivers rivals going head-to-head in a rubber match to decide who plays for a regional champion, or who wins the regional championship here tonight, trying to advance to the sectional round on Tuesday to take on the Boscobel Bulldogs, who punched their ticket to sectionals yesterday. At the plate for River Ridge, it'll be Cale Koenig, Blake Reynolds, and Brandon Davis due up. Our baseball today brought to you by Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. Great taste like Blue Jays Friday Fish Fry and great pizza options are just some of what you'll find. See their menu on Facebook and at Blue Jays Bar and Grill in Bloomington. And by Langmeyer Lumber, your one-stop for lumber. The contractors go to Langmeyer Lumber, and you should too. Langmeyer Lumber in Bloomington. And the Economy Feed Mill, Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore, featuring custom blends and more for your operation. The Economy Feed Mill, Bloomington, Glen Haven, and Fenimore. Also by Sire T. Sire T Auto Body, complete collision repair with PPG paint warranty, spray and bed liners, free pickup and delivery, and loaner cars too. Sire T's also handles your claim process. Call Eric at Sire T's in Bloomington. And my Community First Bank, freeing the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. Cale Koenig at the plate for River Ridge to begin the bottom of the 8th. First pitch, looks at that one, and it's in there for a called strike. John Dreschmeyer pitching an outstanding game since coming in relief back in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss to make it strike 2. Again, Blake Reynolds on deck. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for River Ridge. And that pitch misses outside for ball 1. After the game, whenever that is, we'll have our Tricor turning point during the Ever Jones Reeves Wealth Management postgame show, which admittedly we haven't seen it yet because there's no score. Here's the 1-2. That one lifted into left center field, and that will drop for a base hit. It'll be at least a single. Koenig rounding first, and he will get a stand-up double to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. The winning run at first, or at second base for River Ridge. And Blake Reynolds coming to the plate. He's 2 for 3, doubled in the 1st, grounded out in the 4th, singled in the 6th. Can Reynolds come through, and Coach Terry Kuhl wants to call time. I'll bring his infielders in to talk strategy here in the bottom of the 8th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing, but the winning run at second for the Wolves. Cale Koenig leading off the bottom of the 8th with a leadoff double. 1 on, nobody out, and the cleanup hitter coming up to the plate for River Ridge, Blake Reynolds. If he reaches base, Brandon Davis is in the on-deck circle for River Ridge as well. Quick check on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Mineral Point leading Waterloo in sectional final softball 7-0. Pointers looking to punch their ticket to state in softball. And Belmont firmly in control in softball as well, 8-0 on top of Johnson Creek on 97.7 Country WGLR. Last update we had on AM 1590 WPVL, it was New Glarus leading Fenimore 2-0 in the middle of the 4th inning. And last update we had, Cuba City and Dodgeville were tied at 2. That was at the end of the 4th inning. In our game here, still scoreless, bottom of the 8th. 1 on, nobody out. Blake Reynolds at the plate. John Dreschmeyer checking the runner at second. First pitch is in there, or misses the strike zone for ball 1. They intentionally walked Blake Reynolds, so runners at first and second. As Davis drops a bunt, but it will roll foul along the first base side. Again, the winning run at second. Kale Koenig representing that winning run. Brandon Davis at the plate. Flew out in the first, grounded out in the 4th, struck out in the 6th. He's 0 for 3. And it's a 1-1 count. Dreschmeyer checks the runner, swing and a miss, strike 2. Swung just ahead of that one. Noah Copsey on deck for River Ridge. Dreschmeyer checks the runner. Here's the 1-2. That one catches the strike zone for a called strike 3. A backwards K makes it 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. Runners at first and second for River Ridge. And Noah Copsey, the sophomore, trying to come through for River Ridge. Dreschmeyer gets the nod. First pitch in there for a called strike. If Copsey reaches base, Ty Adrian on deck as well. And that pitch is in there for a called strike, just clipping the inner third. Two on, 1 out. And Copsey lifts this one into deep right field, but it's hooking foul. And it will fall harmlessly to the ground. Count stays at 0-2. Noah Copsey, the right fielder. Flew out in the 2nd, was walked in the 4th, grounded out in the 6th. And fouls this one off to keep the count 0-2. Huge, huge moment. As Dreschmeyer gets a new ball from the umpire. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Winning run at second for River Ridge. Copsey awaits the 0-2 from Dreschmeyer. Here's the delivery. Outside for ball 1. Copsey out of the box, now back in. Dreschmeyer giving the nod again. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Downstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Dreschmeyer calls out the first pitch, gives the nod for the second. 2-2 pitch in there for a called strike 3. Copsey strikes out looking. 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. And now Ty Adrian will be tasked with trying to bring the winning run home for River Ridge. Ty Adrian singled in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th, and hit into a ground out in the 7th. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Ty Adrian has 6 RBIs on the season. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Nice pitch by Dreschmeyer. Threw off the timing of Adrian. RBI number 7 for Ty Adrian would be a regional championship clinching run and the first regional title for River Ridge baseball history. 1-1 pitch misses outside for ball 2. Two-one pitch upstairs. Makes the count 3-1. John Dreschmeyer 1 ball away from loading the bases and putting the winning run at third. Dreschmeyer with the nod. 3-1. In there for a strike. Nice pitch. Just keeping it in the strike zone in the lower third. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. Winning run at second base for River Ridge. Here's the payoff. A called strike 3. Backwards K. After giving up a double and an intentional walk, 3 straight strikeouts for John Dreschmeyer. And we go to the 9th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. On our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball, presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base for River Ridge. River Ridge, line score-wise, no runs on 7 hits, and they've left 10 runners stranded. And for Highland, no runs on 4 hits, and they've left 4 runners on base. Glad you're with us on X1071 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. No more commercial breaks until we get to the Edward Jones Result Management post-game show, as we are going to stay here until we crown a regional champion between these two Six Rivers rivals. And now it's Cale Koenig back on the bump for River Ridge. First pitch to John Dreschmeyer is a called strike. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for Highland. John Dreschmeyer struck out in the first, doubled in the fourth, popped out in the sixth. He's 1 for 3, swings and misses at strike 2. Cale Koenig with 10 strikeouts on the game, 1 strike away from number 11. 0-2 pitch, swung on a miss for strike 3, 1 out in the inning. 1 away in the top of the 9th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Davis DeRota, the number 3 hitter in the order, up to the plate. Struck out in the first, lined out in the 4th, struck out in the 7th. 0 for 3. Davis DeRota stands in. First pitch. Lifts this one foul. It'll hook out a play over the Highland dugout for strike 1.
Keep working with it, 3. Here we go.
Koenig with the 0-1 delivery. That one just missed outside for ball 1. And that pitch misses the strike zone to make the count 2-1. You gotta wonder how many more pitches Cale Koenig has. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Blake Reynolds was the starting pitcher yesterday for River Ridge. He went the distance, or went through 6 innings before Carter Copsey came in relief, and then Koenig took over to close the game. The 2-2, this one lifted up sky high, and that will be over the backstop and just over the bleachers. And just about 20 feet away from my head, which would have made this broadcast a little more interesting. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on, top of the 9th. Davis DeRota at the plate. Cale Koenig with the delivery. This one fouled back over the backstop again, and thankfully that ball away from windows at the River Ridge press box facing the football field.
Keep working, 3. Keep working.
Great job by DeRota staying alive. Try the 2-2 again. That one high and inside to make the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kale Koenig a strike away from strikeout number 12 of the game. And the 3-2 hit to straightaway center field, and that will drop for a base hit. Davis Dorota, his first hit of the game, is a 1-out single in the top of the 9th. Go-ahead run at first for Highland, and the cleanup hitter, the right fielder, number 6, Wes Krasinger, coming to the plate. Krasinger lined out in the 2nd, hit into a ground out in the 4th, and reached base on an error in the 7th. And we're going to have a pitching change for River Ridge as Kale Koenig, I believe, has reached his pitch limit. And now the ball will be in the hand of Carter Copsey. Carter Copsey coming into the postseason, pitched 38 2/3 innings, had a 4-3 win-loss record, had 4 saves on his stat line. As Copsey will get his warm-up pitches in. It's 1 on and 1 out in the top of the 9th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, Carey Seamless Gutters, and overhead doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Some shoebox scoreboard updates we'll tell you about. Fenimore 4, New Glarus 2, Cuba City 3, Dodgeville 2. Fenimore and Cuba City advanced to sectionals in Division 3 baseball. The Belmont Braves are going to state in softball. They defeat Johnson Creek 9-2. And Mineral Point is going to state in softball as well. The Pointers winning 7-0 over Waterloo, which means we are the last game standing on Queen Bee Radio, and we are in the top of the 9th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. The rubber match between these two teams to decide the regional champion. River Ridge won the first matchup of the season in Highland on April 22nd, 3-2, and Highland won here at River Ridge on May 12th, 1-0. And as we mentioned, in the last 4 matchups between these two teams, it's been decided by 1 run. The go-ahead run at first, and this first pitch is lifted into foul territory and it will be out of play. First pitch by Carter Copsey is fouled off by Wes Krasinger. So you mentioned coming into the at-bat, Krasinger lined out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th, reached on an error in the 7th. The cleanup hitter trying to come through and bring the go-ahead run home. A 1 pitch misses outside to make the count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out, top of the 9th. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. Copsey with the delivery. This one tap foul, caught by the catcher, and a snap throw to first to hold the runner. Count is now 1-2. Wes Krasinger stepping out of the box for just a moment. Copsey checking the runner at first. Here's the 1-2 outside to make the count 2-2. And after the game, we'll have the Ever Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. We'll pick out a tri-core turning point when it happens. But business to take care of here. 2-2 pitch. This one lined down the right field line for a base hit. Runners at first and 2nd for Highland. Back-to-back singles for the Cardinals with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Now Bennett Smith coming to the plate. Bennett Smith is 0 for 3. Strikeout, ground out, strikeout in the 2nd, 5th, and 7th innings respectively. Bennett Smith with the go-ahead run at 2nd, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1. If you follow Highland boys basketball, you might remember Bennett Smith had a clutch 3 in the right corner against Royal to force overtime when Royal was the #1 ranked team in the state. Swung on and miss for strike 1. You know that Bennett Smith has ice in his veins in clutch moments. Can he come through here with a 1-1 count? Runners at first and second in the top of the ninth. The 1-1 pitch misses outside for ball 2. Davis Dorota, the runner at second. Wes Krasinger, the runner at first. Carter Cossie with the 2-1 pitch. That one misses outside for ball 3. Now Carter Cossie, a ball away from loading the bases with 1 out. Cossie gives the nod. Here's the 3-1. This one lifted foul and will hook out a play over the Highland dugout. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out, top of the ninth. River Ridge nothing, Highland nothing. (3-2). Downstairs for ball 4. Bases are loaded for the Cardinals. And now Jack Terrell at the plate. He's 0 for 3. Hit into a 6-3 ground out in the second, struck out in the 5th, and grounded into a fielder's choice in the 7th. Bases loaded for Highland. Carter Copsey with the pitch in the dirt, and a great stop there by Brandon Davis to hold the runner's foot. Three on, 1 out, top of the ninth. Big, big moment. This might be our tri-core turning point. Jack Terrell at the plate. Terrell swings and misses at strike 1. What a game. What a defensive battle between both these teams. 1-1. This one hit to deep right field. Noah Copsey trying to chase it. He will catch it to throw back into the infield, and a sacrifice fly brings the go-ahead run in for Highland. Travis Aloisi was the courtesy runner, and he came in, and Highland is up by 1. Highland 1, River Ridge nothing. Top of the ninth with 2 out. And this one hit into deep center field, and Andrew Nice settles under that one. He'll close the glove on it to end the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base for Highland. But the Cardinals get a run on the board, and now River Ridge has to answer with at least 1 run to extend the game. 2 runs will win it for the Wolves. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Highland 1, River Ridge nothing. What a game. Our Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071, WPVL FM Platteville, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty, and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Again, Highland gets the run on the board thanks to the sac fly by Jack Terrell. That scored Travis Aloisi from third. And now it will be in the hands of number 5, Bennett Smith. He will pitch the bottom of the ninth as River Ridge trying to answer and extend the game by at least another inning or score 2 runs to win it. Due up for River Ridge, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. It's Peyton Alvis, Draven Morris, and Carter Copsey. As Bennett Smith finishing up his warm-up pitches. And we'll get the bottom of the ninth started in just a moment. Winner of this game takes on Boscobel in the sectional semifinal round coming up on Tuesday at Blair Taylor High School. We will follow the winner of this game to the sectional round on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. Also intend to video stream on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel as well. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Make sure you don't miss any of the action during our postseason coverage. Again, the Cardinals coming through big in the top of the 9th. And another check on the shoebox scoreboard, as we mentioned. In baseball, Fenimore and Cuba City won their games respectively in Division III. They will play each other at Osseo Fairchild coming up on Tuesday. And in softball, both our local teams have advanced. Mineral Point advancing in Division IV, and Belmont advancing in Division V. As we pick up the action here in the bottom of the 9th, Peyton Alvis at the plate for River Ridge. Struck out in the 2nd, hit by a pitch in the 5th, and struck out in the 7th. Bennett Smith set to deal his first pitch of the game. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Count is 0-1 to Peyton Alvis. Bennett Smith with the nod. The 0-1. Just missed upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Peyton Alvis. Highland 1, River Ridge nothing. Top of the 9th, or bottom of the 9th inning. And 1 swing and a miss. Strike 2. Alvis had the right location, just swung a bit ahead of it. 1-2 count. Here's a delivery. Alvis, did he get it back in time? Looks like he did. Count is 2-2. Dangerously close from swinging through and getting the first out. The 2-2. Missed outside. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Peyton Alvis' first batter faced for Bennett Smith. Smith gives the nod. Here's the payoff. This one hit into deep left center field. And that will drop for a single for Peyton Alvis. The tying run at first and the winning run at the plate for the Wolves. 1 on, nobody out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Peyton Alvis getting his first hit of the game in the bottom of the 9th inning. Now Draven Morris at the dish. Singled in the 3rd, hit into a fielder's choice in the 5th, and was walked in the 7th. The lefty batter is the number 9 hitter in the order. We'll go back to the top with Carter Copsey, who's on deck. First pitch to Morris upstairs for ball 1. Man, the moments are just getting more intense here at River Ridge High School. The 1-0. Swung on a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Draven Morris. Runner at first, nobody out, bottom of the 9th. Tying run at first, winning run at the plate. One inside for ball 2. Morris steps out of the box for a moment, now back in. One swung on a miss for strike 2. Morris tried to chase that one high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 9th. Highland 1, River Ridge nothing. Wolves needed to tie to extend the game. Here's the 2-2. This one popped up and will go over the backstop out of play. Count stays at 2-2. River Ridge winning their first conference title this season. Trying to rally and win their first regional championship in baseball history as well. As time is called by the home plate umpire. Morris will step out of the box, now back in. Peyton Alvis is the runner at first for River Ridge. Represents the tying run. Draven Morris the winning run at the plate. Has a 2-2 count. With 1 on, nobody out in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 2-2 from Bennett Smith. Swung on a miss for strike 3. One away in the bottom of the 9th. And now Terry Kuhl, the coach for Highland, coming to talk with his infield. As we go back to the top of the order for River Ridge, Carter Copsey at the plate. He'll be followed up by Andrew Nice. Again, after the game, the Edward Jones Resolve Management post-game show. Pick out a tricore turning point, which as it stands right now is the sack fly by Jack Terrell that scored Travis Aloisi. And now we're going to go back to John Dreschmeyer. He's back on the bump and he's warming up. As Bennett Smith just got a strikeout after surrendering a single. So only 2 batters faced for Bennett Smith. And the last 3 batters that John Dreschmeyer has faced, the Wolves have struck out looking 3 in a row. Carter Kopsey back at the plate. Struck out in the first, struck out looking in the third, flew out in the 5th, and had a single in the 7th. He's 1 for 4. Again, he represents the winning run at the plate for River Ridge, the tying run at first. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Highland 1, River Ridge nothing. Winner goes to the sectional round in Division IV baseball. John Dreschmeyer gives the nod, checks the runner at first. Pitch to Kopsey. Kopsey thought about swinging, but pulled it back, and the ball's in the strike zone for strike 1. One pitch in the dirt, and Alvis thought about taking off, but he hesitated and goes back to first.
Good job, Caden. Good hustle.
Peyton Alvis put on the brakes. Count is now 1-1 to Carter Kopsey. Kopsey pops this one up sky high, out of play to make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. One on, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Tying run at first, winning run at the plate for River Ridge. 1-2. Kopsey grounds this one over to the third base side. Dorota throw to first. And that is in time for the out. Carter Kopsey grounds out, but that does move Alvis to second. And now Andrew Nice will come to the plate, and River Ridge down to their last out. Highland 1, River Ridge nothing, 1 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 9th. The tying run is at second. So although Carter Kopsey grounded out, that did move the tying run into scoring position. And Andrew Nice trying to come through. He's 0 for 4. Lined out in the first. Strikeout in the third, strikeout in the 5th, strikeout in the 7th. As we have another pitching change, it'll be Bennett Smith again back on the bump. Coach Terry Kuhl likes this matchup against Andrew Nice. Our Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth as we are potentially nearing the end of this game. A runner at second for River Ridge represents the tying run, as we will see the matchup between Bennett Smith and Andrew Nice to see how the ending of this game goes down. Bennett Smith checks Alvis at second. Gives the nod. Here's the pitch. That went upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Grounded over to short. Dreschmeyer trying to throw to first. Won't be in time. And the tying run is at third with the winning run at first. Andrew Nice comes through to extend the game for River Ridge. A 2-out single extends the game. And Cale Koenig at the dish for River Ridge. He's 2 for 4. Singled in the first, doubled in the 8th. Flew out in the 3rd and struck out in the 6th. Looking for a big RBI here. And Coach Kuhl calls time again. Trying to talk strategy with Bennett Smith. If you're River Ridge, this is the batter you want. If Koenig reaches base and ties the game, Blake Reynolds is on deck. As Koenig has been hitting the ball very well. Was 4 for 4 yesterday, 2 for 4 today. It has the tying run 90 feet away to extend River Ridge's season. Smith checks the runner at first. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Just missed the outer third. Smith checking the runner at first, gives the nod. Here's the 1-0. That one misses downstairs for ball 2. Just missed the lower third. Time called for just a moment as Bennett Smith trying to collect himself. Runners at the corners for River Ridge. Tying run at third, winning run at first. This one lifted foul. Gonna hook out a play. Big contact, just couldn't keep it in play. Count is now 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 9th. Huge, huge moment in this game. 2-1 from Smith. Big contact made, and it's caught on a line by Davis Garoda, and the Highland Cardinals are going to the sectional round. They are the regional champions here at River Ridge. My goodness, a web gem play by Davis Garoda to clinch it for the Cardinals. And Highland will take on Boscobel on Tuesday in the sectional semifinal at Blair Taylor High School. What a game. The Cardinals' season continues, and an unprecedented season for River Ridge baseball comes to an end. Your final, Highland 1, River Ridge 0 in 9 innings. A heart-stopping game between 2 teams in the Six Rivers Conference. It's the 5th straight matchup between these 2 teams that the result of the game has ended by a 1-run margin. As River Ridge Athletic Director Wade Winker is set to give the regional championship plaque to Highland. We'll hand it off to Terry Kuhl. And the Highland Cardinals will celebrate a regional championship as they take down their Six Rivers rival River Ridge 1-0 in a 9-inning instant classic in Patch Grove. Man, oh man. Coyer Zadrazil was going to take off with the plaque for just a moment. And now it'll be team photo time at home plate. We'll take a timeout. I'll catch my breath. We'll bring in the Eber Jones Reese Wealth Management post-game show. One more rundown on the Shoebox scoreboard. We'll see if we can catch up with some of the victorious Highland Cardinals as part of our post-game show coming up next on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-match 1.
It is time for the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show. Edward Jones is a financial services firm serving individuals and business owners. Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones. If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
There are places, people, and conditions in this world that almost seem beyond hope. But not when Mercy Ships is there. Mercy Ships is a place restoring sight to the blind, happiness to the outcast, and joy to the brokenhearted. Mercy Ships is the reason why hope is now in sight. To learn more, go to mercyships.org.
Post-match 1.
Time now for the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. A heart-stopping game here at River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. The Highland Cardinals defeat River Ridge 1-0 in 9 innings. This is Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Man, oh man, what a game between these two teams as Highland posing with the regional championship plaque, and we'll see if we can catch up with Terry Kuhl and a couple players as well to get their thoughts on what was one of the most instant classic games between these two teams. A pitcher's duel, a very defensive game as you would expect, as again, the 5 meetings between these two teams over the last 2 seasons, all of the games decided by 1 run, and today Highland gets the 1-0 win to match the 1-0 win they had against River Ridge back on May 12th. Highland will take on Boscobel in the sectional semifinal round coming up on Tuesday. That will be at Blair Taylor High School. We will follow the Highland Cardinals to Blair Taylor on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations, and we'll sort out that coverage. We also anticipate streaming that game on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, so if you're a fan of Highland or Boscobel or any of our local teams, make sure you subscribe to the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel so you can get notified of the games that we have on our video stream. As we mentioned, it was scoreless through the first 8 innings of this game. And our Tricor Turning Point today brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. Was in the 9th inning, where with 1 out, Davis Dorota and Wes Krasinger had back-to-back singles. Bennett Smith was walked to load the bases, and then Jack Terrell had a sacrifice fly to deep right field that scored Travis Aloisi, who is the courtesy runner. And that brought in what would be the go-ahead and turned out to be the winning run. But at the tail end of the game, with Cale Koenig at the plate and 2 outs, runners at the corners for River Ridge, Koenig hits a liner, and Davis Dorota at third, somehow, some way, able to put the glove on it to get the final out of the game and push Highland to the sectional round. in Division IV postseason baseball. And we have Coach Terry Kuhl and some Highland players with us on our Edward Jones Reeds Wealth Management postgame show. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the win, a very gritty win. You anticipated that this game was going to be a defensive struggle between two very, very outstanding teams. Talk about what this win means to you and this Highland team. What an outstanding game between both teams here today.
First off, I want to acknowledge River Ridge as our conference champion. We knew in 2 tough games with them, they had an outstanding season, and we knew they were going to be ready for this game. We knew their pitching was very, very tough, and it was going to be down to the very end of the game. We practiced real hard to get to this point and kind of line things up, and our seniors just did it all. Every senior we had made a contribution in this game. From John nailing him down, but Davis with the big hit to get the rally going to get us a run. Just outstanding play for us, and just an outstanding high school baseball game.
Yeah, this game, games like this for us as broadcasters and fans, these are the games that we live for to see. Outstanding, gritty matchups between two teams. But as far as coaching, this isn't, unfamiliar territory. I mean, this is the 5th game in a row between Highland and River Ridge where the game was decided by 1 run. What's it like coaching against an opponent like River Ridge, and what makes this matchup so even between the two teams?
Well, it's very nerve-wracking, I'll tell you that. It's they've come a long way. I mean, the program that they've done, but we have really worked hard to put ourselves in a position to win these games, and that's what we focus on. Is we talk about 90-foot throws, make every play that we can, and we continue to do that, and then making those at bats count, making them last, moving guys along, and we just did a great job with that tonight.
Yeah, but the momentum on your side, of course, coming off that win against Ithaca on Monday, defeating River Ridge here tonight, going to be taking on Basketball on Tuesday. What's been going right for Highland down this home stretch as the postseason has begun?
As the temperature warmed up, our batters really started to hit the ball really well. Our pitchers have been good all season, and our defense has been really solid all season. But I think the most important thing is the hitting. Davis in the middle of the order, John right in front of him. Both of these guys have been outstanding.
Yep, and then, Basketball coming up on Tuesday. What do you know about the Bulldogs, and what are the things you're going to be emphasizing with your team heading into that sectional matchup?
I know they play in a tough conference. I don't know too much right now, but I'll know a little bit more by the end of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to seeing how it plays out. We'll follow you guys to the sectional round coming up on Tuesday. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Go enjoy this win, and we'll see you in the sectional round. All right, that's Coach Terry Kuhl, and I can't see what the numbers are, so please introduce yourself, and we'll chat a little bit.
I'm John Dreschmeyer.
All right, John Dreschmeyer, outstanding pitching performance here today, outstanding defensive performance by your team here today as well. A lot of time on the bump here today. Talk about what went right for you guys, on the pitcher's mound and on the defensive side, because offense was a premium here today.
Well, on the mound, I really found my breaking ball today, which was kind of nice. I could use that earlier in the counts and just get ahead really helped. And having Caden as catcher, I mean, Caden's an amazing catcher. He does so good at framing. And I think the best thing he does, especially for me, is he helps keep me calm. That's one of the biggest things about our team. When we're loose, having fun, just playing our game, we play way better. So just having someone behind the plate that can keep me calm is really big for me. And I think our fielding was outstanding today. I mean, they had a couple tough plays that we didn't quite make, but, I mean, that's baseball. So, I mean, it was really fun, and can't wait to see what we're going to do next.
Yeah, Highland and River Ridge has been an outstanding matchup, especially on the boys' side in athletics, whether that, be basketball and, before Highland went to A-player, some big games between, those two teams. Talk about what it's like playing against River Ridge. What is it about River Ridge that tends to bring out the best in both teams?
Well, they're all very competitive. We know that. We play them in, like you said, all the sports, so we know the kids. We kind of have that rivalry going, and they're just really competitive. And when you get a team that's very competitive, I mean, we're very competitive, that always makes people play hard, and we always get good games out of it.
Yeah, River Ridge did have an advantage as far as having home field, but you guys had the advantage as far as being able to have an extra day to prep because you guys played on Monday night as opposed to Tuesday. So talk about what things you guys were able to do in those days off leading into this game.
Well, the day off really helped because that made me be able to pitch tonight. But in those days off, we really emphasized hitting because at Ithaca, we hit really well for the first couple innings, and then it kind of died out. So we've been hitting just to keep in rhythm because as the year's gone on, I mean, we've won a lot lately, and hitting has been a huge part of that. So we just wanted to keep in our rhythm and keep hitting the ball well.
All right, awesome. Well, congratulations on the win. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys in the sectional round.
Thank you.
All right, excellent. And who are we speaking with now?
Davis Dorota.
Davis Dorota. My goodness, what a performance by you today as well. Started the game pitching, but then got moved over to third base, and had that big out to end the game. Talk about what making that catch was like over at third base, because my goodness, that was a liner. If that one goes off your glove, we have a tie game.
Yeah, nothing was really going through my head. I just had to get the ball.
Awesome, and then getting this win against River Ridge, an opportunity to go to the sectional round, bringing home a regional championship plaque. What does this win mean for you and your teammates?
I mean, our basketball, football, wrestling, all been close to state, and baseball is going to be our sport. I just know it.
Yeah, definitely, and you're going to have basketball coming up in the sectional round, but with the result of this game and coming away with a very heart-stopping win here today, what things are you and your teammates going to be working on as you head into that sectional round matchup?
Just trying to stay calm. Our hitting's good. We know what our pitching rotation's like. We just got to play loose and hop on the ball.
All right, looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. We'll see you guys in the sectional round. Thanks for joining us. Go enjoy the win, and we'll see you then.
Thank you.
All right, absolutely. That was Terry Kuhl, John Dreschmeyer, and Davis Dorota joining us on our Edward Jones Rees Wealth Management postgame show. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the scoring of our game here today. Another check on the shoebox scoreboard, and we'll wrap up shop from River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Highland, your winner over River Ridge in our Division IV regional final, 1-0. The Edward Jones Rees Wealth Management postgame show continues after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-match 2.
RPG came through the belly of the aircraft. We don't talk about the female combat wounded. These are our daughters and our sisters and our mothers. Wounded Warrior Project came into my life and taught me how to stand back up and get back in the fight. The truth is, I think we all have this strength inside of us, but until you're tested, you just don't know it's there.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Beth by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Over 2.8 million Americans have served in our military since 9/11. Many have returned home with devastating injuries and few resources for them and their families. This is news correspondent Bob Woodruff. I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq in 2006. The military had my back that day, and they have each other's while serving. It's time we had theirs. Please join us as part of the Got Your Six initiative. To learn more, go to gotyour6.org using the number 6.
Post-match 2.
Edward Jones Rees Wealth Management postgame show continues on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. A classic between River Ridge and Highland, and the Highland Cardinals get the win and advance to the sectional round, defeating the River Ridge Timberwolves 1-0 in 9 innings. Tyler DeCanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. The final line score for both teams: Highland 1 run on 6 hits, no errors, and 6 left on base. And River Ridge, no runs on 9 hits with 2 errors and 12 left on base. Highland improves to 14-12 overall, and they take on the Basketball Bulldogs in the sectional semifinal coming up on Tuesday at Blair Taylor High School. As we said, we will follow both Highland and Basketball to the sectional round on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations, and we do anticipate having the video stream available on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And a very accomplished season for the River Ridge Timberwolves comes to an end with an overall record of 17-9, winning their first ever conference championship in baseball program history, and just 1 run away from going to the sectional round for the first time in program history. This is a program that's been on the rise, and Coach Andrew Redmond doing an outstanding job with this River Ridge Timberwolves team. They reached the regional final last year before falling to Barneveld after River Ridge came away with an upset win over Belmont in their regional semifinal game last year. And this very experienced team for River Ridge will try again next year. But a very accomplished season for River Ridge again. Co-champions of the Six Rivers Conference with a conference record of 14-2 and what has been a stacked Six Rivers Conference with the Six Rivers East and West teams merging into one conference for this season. And again, the Wolves season overall 17-9 and fall just short of reaching the sectional round here this evening. We'll take our last time out. We'll come back with a rundown on the Shoebox scoreboard. We'll tell you about the teams who have advanced to state in softball, as well as our local teams advancing to the sectional round in baseball, as the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management postgame show wraps up after this on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-match 3.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
I left the military with a traumatic brain injury. I came home to fight depression, anxiety, and alcohol.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Adam Greathouse, Army veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
With DAV's help, I've built a new life for myself.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is just experiencing life.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Post-match 3.
Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Highland, your winner 1-0 over River Ridge, and the Highland Cardinals will take on the Boscobel Bulldogs in the sectional semifinal round coming up on Tuesday at Blair Taylor High School. The sectional round all played on one day, so we will follow both Highland and Boscobel at Blair Taylor on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Let's do a final rundown on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Fenimore a winner over New Glarus 4-2, and Cuba City a winner 3-2 over Dodgeville. It'll be Fenimore versus Cuba City in the sectional semifinal round at Osseo Fairchild coming up on Tuesday. We'll follow both of those teams as well. And in softball, the Belmont Braves punch their ticket to state Division 5. They defeat Johnson Creek 9-2. And the Mineral Point Pointers also going to state in softball in Division 4, defeating Waterloo 7-0. And that's what we have for our local teams that we know of on our Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. As we said, we'll sort out our coverage for Tuesday's sectional round baseball and state softball for next week. You can always check out our Queen Bee Radio Sports schedule at AM1590WPVL.com and pay attention to our Queen Bee Radio station social media accounts for the games and coverage and station, where you can find all our local teams competing in postseason play this spring. And that'll put a bow on our broadcast here from River Ridge High School in Patch Grove. Huge thanks again to Wade Winkers and the entire staff at River Ridge High School for being gracious hosts. As always, thanks to both head coaches Terry Kuhl of Highland and Andrew Redmond of River Ridge for giving us lineups, stats, and everything we needed to tell you the story of these teams. Also thanks to Coach Kuhl as well as Davis DeRoda and John Dreschmeyer for joining us on our post-game show as well for their thoughts. Thanks to all of our sponsors who help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school baseball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071, WPVL FM Platteville, a Queen Bee radio station, also the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty, and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. For the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dutanis. Thanks so much for joining us on X1071. More extreme hit music coming your way, and we'll see you for more postseason baseball coming up on Tuesday. Good night from Patch Grove.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
The X.
X1071. Extreme hit music.
From small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know